Alright, hello everyone! Ayan, eto na naman tayo. It's another beautiful Saturday. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Oxecure Skincare Saturdays. Ako nga pala ulit si Jan Angelo. I am a YouTuber who loves to talk about and skincare. Today we are back with Oxecure and Watsons to debunk some myths and misconceptions about sensitive skin ulit to help us make better decisions when caring for our skin. And of course, to help us again, we are back with our experts from our first episode last June 5. Nandito ulit si Dr. Gaile Robredo-Vitas, a board-certified dermatologist at Derm HQ and Boutique MD. She's also a fellow content creator on Instagram and on YouTube where she gives you expert advice on your skin. Hello, Dr. Gaile. How are you?
Hi, Jan! And hi sa lahat ng mga nanonood ng live.
Yes, I love it. Sorry, ibababa ko lang ang laptop ko. Ayan. Sorry. Okay. And next, we also have Dr. Cristal Laquindanum-Tan. She is a pediatrician, a child advocate, and a health educator. She also shares her tips and advice on how to best care for your babies through her Instagram and Facebook account. And yung account pala is at Millennialpedia. Hello, Dr. Cristal. How are you today?
Hi, good afternoon, Jan. Good afternoon, everyone. I think it's raining here, so hello kung nasan man kayo. Keep dry, keep safe.
Yes, keep dry po sa mga malapit-lapit sa area ni Dr. Cristal. All right. So, for those na nanonood ngayon na hindi pa na panood yung first episode natin of Oxecure Skincare Saturdays, you can still watch it both sa Oxecure and Watson's Facebook pages. So, yung naging discussion namin doon with Dr. Cristal and Dr. Gaile was posted nung June 5. So, kung gusto niyo siya hanapin, it's in the Oxecure and Watson's Facebook page. Either of those pages, kailangan nyo lang mag-scroll down and look for the June 5 post. But for those na hindi nanood, just a really, really short and quick recap sa pinag-usapan namin ni Dr. Cristal and ni Dr. Gaile. So, nung unang episode, naalala ko Dr. Cristal and Dr. Gaile, we talked about what is sensitive skin, yung different types of sensitive skin, yung experiences natin, how to know kung meron kang sensitive skin, lalo na as an individual or as a parent with your child. Signs and triggers, and also yung mga tips on how to manage sensitive skin. But for this episode naman, guys, ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon with Dr. Cristal and Dr. Gaile is yung mga sensitive skin myths versus facts and yung importance nung pH level in a cleanser. Ayan. So, more on this in a while. But speaking of gentle cleansers, sobrang excited ko today because we will also be getting to talk about Oxecure's first ever product for sensitive skin. Nakita niyo na siya, nag-cameo siya, dumaan siya. Ito yung Oxecure pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser. Since 2020, Oxecure has been coming out with advanced solutions that your skin will love para ma-empower tayo to take care of our skin by using products that offer superior solutions to our skin problems. Now guys, itong Oxecure pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser, sobrang amazing for sensitive skin in particular. Napag-usapan din namin ni Dr. Gaile and Dr. Cristal to last time because it gently cleanses our sensitive skin, reduces the accumulation of bacteria kasi nga cleanser siya, all while soothing, hydrating, and moisturizing the skin barrier. Ako sobrang love ko tong cleanser na to because I've been using it for months now. As in, face and body ko talaga. As in, yung pinag-usapan namin ni Dr. Gaile, yung sinabi ko na face and body ko siya gagamitin. As in, ginawa ko talaga yun. Paubos na rin to, so I might actually need a new one already. Parang nandito na siya. Baka yung bigger size na yung kunin ko. That's how much I love this Oxecure Becanaman. Pero, hindi ko, kayo guys, ako kailangan ko sabihin Becanaman, pero kayo, hindi na sa mga nanonood ngayon kasi if you guys tune in until the end of this live, you will have a chance to win the Oxecure pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser kasi magpapag-giveaway nga si Oxecure. So, we will be giving out Oxecure pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser to 3 winners. Also, guys, at the end of the live, Oxecure will be giving out a voucher code that you can use sa watsons.com.ph and at all physical Watsons stores so you can get this cleanser at a discount. So, stay tuned until the end, guys. And don't forget to comment down below kung meron kayong mga questions. More questions means more chances of winning our giveaway later. But of course, at the same time, more questions means more learning for us. Okay? So, simula na tayo. Dr. Cristal and Dr. Gaile, ready na ba tayo?
Ready!
Alright, amazing. So, Dr. Gaile and Dr. Cristal, ang gagawin natin ngayon is I have some statements that are common beliefs on sensitive skin. So, magta-take turns tayo in answering different questions and we will determine kung myth ba siya or fact ba siya. And then you're free to explain why it's a myth or why it's a fact. So,
Parang
start tayo
kinakabahan
with
ako dyan parang beauty contest. Yun.
Q&A portion,
Q&A
ganon. Pero
portion.
pero ano naman, wala masyadong pressure. Well, ayun. So, starting with our first statement, sige, para hindi masyadong ma-pressure si Dr. Gail, si Dr. Crystal muna because she is not feeling
Sure.
any pressure right now. So, eto, Dr. Crystal, our first statement is, sensitive skin shouldn't be washed too often, especially for babies and infants, since their skin is sensitive at this time. So, Dr. Crystal, is this a myth or a fact?
This is a fact. Okay, so especially for infants less than 1 year old, their skin is thinner and they produce less sebum or yung mga natural oils sa katawan natin than adult skin. So it's really more susceptible to dryness and irritation from external factors. So ano yung mga external factors? Infants, babies, marami yan. Not just the sweat, dirt, poo-poo, wee-wee. Okay, so marami din silang external factors. So if you wash it too often, you also strip away the natural oils on the skin, making it more sensitive. Pero syempre, if soiled naman talaga, like poop and wee-wee naman talaga, syempre you have to wash it off. But for infants less than 1 year old, not too often din.
Ayan. Thank you for that, Dr. Crystal. Ayun nga, a lot of external factors na discuss nga natin sa first episode, which is why very important to take note of that. And also if yung soiled nga as needed talaga to. But yes, confirmed ni Dr. Crystal na this is actually a fact. So, mamas, take note. Ayan, next question. For Dr. Gail naman. Okay, ito na siya, Dr. Gail. Having sensitive skin also means that it's dry. So, Dr. Gail, is this a myth or a fact?
Actually, medyo tricky to dyan, ito question na to ha. Because explain ko lang.
Okay.
Sensitive skin kasi is not really a skin type. So, meron lang tayong 4 basic skin types. We have normal, dry, combination, and oily. And all of these skin types can actually be sensitive. So, sensitive is not a medical diagnosis. It's a condition of your skin wherein pag may ginagamit ka or nahanginan ka or nagbasa ka ng mukha, you feel sensations of redness, irritation, smarting, stinging, and even itching. And the reason why most people think na parang pareha siya sa dry skin, kasi meron silang similar characteristics. Dry skin can also feel rough, sometimes parang banat, irritated. Yung difference lang with sensitive skin is that most people with sensitive skin will have a defective skin barrier. Kaya nila nararamdaman yung mga sensations na ganun. Kasi yung main purpose ng skin natin, which is to protect us and keep us moisturized, parang defective siya. So, hindi ko sure if it's a myth or a fact, but definitely, sensitive skin can feel dry.
I see. Thank you for that, Dr. Gail. Actually, parang ano nga, no? It's somewhere in the middle. Kasi, it's true that some sensitive skin types can be dry, but other skin types as well can be sensitive. So, parang ano, it's so much, there's so much nuance into it. So, thank you for that, Dr. Gail. Yung next naman natin ulit is for Dr. Crystal. Okay. Ito siya, Dr. Crystal. Super interesting to kasi hindi ko rin sure. Eczema is caused by lack of hygiene. So, Dr. Crystal, is this a myth or a fact?
Okay, very good question. No? So, this is actually a fact, but, so meron tayong but dyan. No? Kasi magaganda yung statements, no? Hindi siya clear, black and white na answer lang. So, it's a fact, but there's actually more to it. So, hindi lang yung grabe naman, pag madumi ka na, magkaka-eczema ka na, diba? So, eczema is caused by problems with the skin barrier. Okay? So, people who have eczema, they have too little of this protein called filaggrin in the skin, which means your skin will have a hard time holding in water and keeping out irritants. Okay? So, if you watch a previous episode na mentioned ni Dr. Gail, actually, if you have sensitive skin, doesn't mean eczema na yon. So, they're actually two different things, di ba? So, eczema, yun yung atopic dermatitis. And then, sensitive skin, you can have sensitive skin pero wala ka namang eczema. Pwede rin yun. So, parang yun lang yung reaction ng katawan mo sa different irritants. Okay? So, if you're sweating and then add that with the dirt, that can be a trigger to eczema. Okay? But there are other triggers that can also make you flare up. So that includes stress, chemical irritants, temperature changes. So poor hygiene may aggravate an already sensitive skin or those with eczematous lesions, but it's not just the only cause of it. Okay? Yung pinaka-strongest risk factor pa rin for eczema is if you have a family history of atopy. So the previous episode, we've mentioned that atopy is one of the
Yes.
three things. If either your mom or dad has it, either eczema or atopic dermatitis, your allergic rhinitis, or your asthma. So if one of your parent, mom or dad has it, you have a risk for eczema. If you have both your parents has it, mas malaki yung chances mo for eczema.
I see. Thank
So
you for
there.
that, Dr. Crystal. Actually, sobrang na-clarify siya because yes, there is some truth pala na yung lack of hygiene can aggravate, I think that's the right word,
Yes.
yung
Right.
eczema, but yung main causes niya talaga because siguro a lot of people like to make it like very simple na parang kapag nagka-eczema ka, lack of hygiene agad. But apparently it's not,
Mm-mm.
hindi pala siya ganun because there are other yung risk factors, especially if may family history. So ayun, I think that also stresses the importance of hindi lahat is kasalanan natin in a way na we should also, I think it also stresses the importance of medical
Jan, may
intervention kapag
share lang
kailangan.
ako.
Yes, Dr.
Um,
Gail.
isa yun, good point yung kay Dr. Crystal. And also, pag palagi natin biniblame yung dumi, there is a
Mm.
chance that we over-cleanse or use
Right.
Oh
harsh
my God, yes.
cleansers. Di ba parang
Oo.
minsan, ay naku, kaya kami ganyan kasi ang dumi-dumi mo. So, mga 3 times maliligo, 4 times, tapos ginagamit pang cleansers yung mga harsh. So, that can even add to the existing sensitivity and eczema. So, yun. So, wag palaging dumi ang ibe-blame natin.
Oo. Balance
Actually,
lang.
sobrang good point
Balance.
yun, Dr. Gail, kasi it brings us back to the first, lalo na kunyari, nasanay tayo na in a parent situation na kiniklense si baby. Ay, tapos yun pala sabi
Oo.
ni Dr. Crystal, di ba, we shouldn't wash it too often. So,
Yes.
ayan. Thank you so much for that great point, Dr. Gail. Ano nga siya, even with acne, I think it's a very,
Yes.
pwede rin i-apply doon. Alright, so ang next question naman natin is for Dr. Gail. Ay, tama ba? Yes, for Dr. Gail. So, if you have sensitive skin, you'll always have sensitive skin no matter what you do or umiyak ako. No matter what you do or what product you use. So, Dr. Gail, myth ba to or fact?
Ito, merong straight answer yan. Myth yan.
Mm.
Okay. So,
Oh,
gaya
okay.
nga ng sabi ko, no one is born with sensitive skin. Normally, yung sensitive skin, usually consequences yan ng internal factors and external factors. And
Okay.
one of the pinaka-common culprit to having or developing sensitive skin are the products we use. Little do people know na yung mga ginagamit natin from our detergents, from our skincare products, our cleansers, our creams, our toners, they can largely impact our skin. And dahil sa patong-patong or minsan nadadamage na pala yung skin barrier natin, we develop sensitive skin. So the one key to preventing or curing yung sensitivity is to use the right products that will keep your skin intact and balanced. So hindi ibig sabihin pag meron kang sensitive skin, wala ka lang pag-asa, forever ka ng sensitive skin.
Okay. So, Dr. Gail, parang siya, may magagawa ka about it. It's very
Yes.
parang okay. Thank you for that, Dr. Gail. So, ayan, sa mga may sensitive skin types dyan, you don't have to be layering products. Actually, opposite. You have to be discerning kung yung mga products na ginagamit mo are actually right for you. And you shouldn't be like, hindi dapat siya pag-collect ng products, but yung using the lang, just the right products. All right. So thank you for that, Dr. Gail. Ito na, second to the last question natin na sa myth and fact portion. For Dr. Crystal ulit, sensitive skin should only be touched by water and water only, not even cleansers. So Dr. Crystal, is this a myth or a fact?
Okay, yan na naman tayo sa mga medyo may gray area. But I'll answer it
True.
na, just for that statement, it's a myth. But,
Okay.
yes and no kasi din siya. For infants with sensitive skin, yes, sometimes just water can be helpful so we can preserve the skin barrier so we don't over-exfoliate, overwash, and it won't dry out. However, we don't live in a bubble. Even babies or infants,
Yes,
kahit
true.
hindi pa sila lumalabas, since pinanganak sila, diba? A year ago, lockdown tayo hanggang ngayon, hindi pa sila lumalabas. Hindi sila nadudumihan, diba? And we have to remember, yung sabi natin kanina nga, na dirt and sweat can also be a trigger for sensitive skin. So for those with sensitive skin, if it's soiled, if you really need to wash off sweat and dirt, just use mild cleansers. And sometimes it depends din sa water, di ba? Hindi naman kasi pare-pareho yung pH din ng water natin. So
Ay,
we're
true.
saying
Yes.
na yung skin barrier natin, kailangan medyo ma-maintain, pati yung pH ng skin natin. Some areas, medyo hard water, medyo mas alkaline sila ng konti. Yung iba naman, mildly
Yes.
acidic, so okay lang. So it really depends. So hindi siya straight na yes and no talaga na answer.
It depends talaga, Doc Crystal, no, on the kind of water and also yung situation kasi nga you did say na we don't live in a bubble na parang
Right.
kapag na-expose si baby and kapag also na-expose adults, I'm assuming there's pollution, there's a lot of things that can
Right.
awisin mo.
Pati sa teenagers, diba, they're more active, they sweat a lot,
Yes.
hormones, ganyan, tapos nag-acne. So, syempre, alangan namang hindi mo rin sila i-wash then with mild cleansers, no? So, it's really a case-to-case basis.
Ayan. So, dito ulit pumapasok yung nuances. So, thank you for that, Dr. Crystal. Ito na. Ito yung last one. Okay. Medyo confused ako dito. Hindi ko siya sure kung ano. Ito siya, Dr. Gaile. Sensitive skin can change over time. Dr. Gaile, is this a myth or a fact?
Actually, medyo nalito din ako sa question. But if you're asking me if it can improve and get better, it's a fact. Kasi what we have to understand, medyo na-touch on na to ni Dr. Crystal earlier, our skin type can actually change through the years. So, di ba, na-mention nga na ni Dr. Crystal na, pag teenagers ka, yung hormones more up, so minsan mas oily ka, mas
Yes.
yung mga smell, ganyan, may mga ibang smell. And then as you get older, you tend to be more on the dry side. So, these things also affect how, our skin reacts to certain things. And not even just the age, even the weather. Di ba, minsan pag magbabakasyon ka in a temperate country, parang, oh my God, bakit biglang dry yung skin ko samantalang nasa Pilipinas ako oily. And these things can impact those with sensitive skin. So yes, it can change over time, but everything naman is within your control, at least when it comes to sensitive skin. And yun na nga, balik na naman tayo dun sa practices, sa products na ginagamit. Yung skincare kasi it's very personal. Like I always say this when people ask me, Doc, anong ginagamit mo? I mean, I tell them, but you can't just copy what I'm using. Kasi magkaiba tayo
True,
ng
I agree.
exposure, di ba? Magkaiba tayo ng environment. And it's very personal. So just with that, even yung as time goes by, ibang-iba din talaga. So kaya kailangan talagang intindihin mo yung skin mo at alamin mo kung ano yung mga okay sa'yo.
Ayan. Thank you for that, Dr. Gaile. Actually, maganda nga na, well, at least sa mga, sa mga nanonood sa videos ko, parang they're so, intent, I don't know if that's the right word, on listening to their skin, being more observant sa skin nila. I think that's a really good behavior to have. And yun nga, sabi ni Dr. Gaile, guys, yung lifestyle talaga and the environment around you, your external factors, you can't just copy someone's skincare routine. I think this is a common trait eh. So, it's really tailor fit sa'yo, depende sa lifestyle mo. There are things, of course, that are based on facts, pero fact din naman yung lifestyle natin, di ba? Parang ganon. So, I think it's very important to take into consideration also. So, thank you for that insight, Dr. Gaile. And thank you to Dr. Crystal also because yun na siya for our myth versus fact segment. So, thank you so much. Sobrang informative first segment pa lang tayo. And I'm sure everyone here today is glad as well that we have both Dr. Crystal and Dr. Gaile educating us on sensitive skin issues. All right. So Dr. Gaile and Dr. Crystal, moving forward, let's take a deeper dive into this and pag-usapan naman natin yung mga pH ng mga cleansers natin in general and why it's important. Ayun. So, let's start off with Dr. Gail. O, di ba, walang rest. Start, dire-diretso na tayo
Oo
agad.
nga, nakapasok kami sa top 10 ni Dr.
Preliminary. Ano
Cristal.
na to?
Oo,
True.
nakapasok. Top 10.
Oo. Top 10 na to. Top 10 na to.
Top
Kasi
10.
tough kayo. Char. Nakakaloka. Okay, eto na siya, Dr. Gail. Di ba yung pH level ng cleanser, can you share with us bakit importante yung pH level? Like for example, 'di ba sa Oxecure, pH 5.5 siya. So ano yung benefit? Pumiyok na naman ako. Bakit pa puberty ba ako? Char. Yung sa pH 5.5, ano yung benefit kapag nanditong range? Kasi 'di ba mildly acidic to, doc? Parang anong benefit kapag nanditong range siya?
Ayan. So, very good question kasi marami nga nag-wonder bakit kailangan i-declare yung mga pH sa mga products. Well, our
True.
skin kasi has an acidic pH. So, sabi nila it ranges anywhere from 4 to 7 depending on which area, at the time of the day, age, gender, and what products you use. So, may reason kung bakit acidic yung pH ng skin natin. Tawag nga natin dito is an acidic mantle. So
Acidic
before,
mantle.
sabi nila, kaya siya acidic because it helps ward off microorganisms. So yung mga pathogenic na
Okay.
bacteria, hindi sila nagta-thrive in an acidic environment. And conversely, yung mga friendly flora or friendly microorganisms on our skin, buhay na buhay sila sa acidic pH. Number
I
two, when you have
see.
an acidic pH on your skin, mas maganda yung production ng free fatty acids, yung ceramides natin, okay siya in an okay level, and it helps keep our skin moisturized and intact. Ngayon, pag nagdi-disrupt yung pH ng skin natin, dyan na tayo nagkakaproblema. So, it can harbor pathogenic bacteria, and it can compromise yung barrier natin kasi we're not producing the ample amount or enough amount of your ceramides, free fatty acids, etc. And when you use cleansers or any skincare products that are in the alkaline pH, meaning more than 7, like yung mga soaps, ganyan, it can disrupt our skin's pH and can lead to problems eventually. So, hindi naman siya bigla-bigla. Hindi mo naman pwedeng sabihin na parang, okay, gumamit ako ng ano ngayon, ng harsh cleanser, disrupted na agad. It's actually cumulative. So, pag ginagamit mo siya tuloy-tuloy, tapos tuloy-tuloy yung pag-disrupt ng barrier natin, doon tayo nagkakaproblema.
I see. I'm taking so much notes, Dr. Gail, kasi sobrang daming grabe. Wow, I love it. Very important pala talaga yung pH when it comes to a cleanser. Kasi when it comes to cleansers, parang very mundane lang siya for some people. I'll just
Oh,
get
they
a
take it for
random cleanser.
granted. Akala nila
True,
parang, cleanser lang yan. But actually, it's very
true.
important.
So, ang daming things we need to take note about, or it's a very important step. So, thank you for that, Dr. Gail. For Dr. Crystal naman, so we all know that yung skin ng isang baby tends to be more sensitive compared to adults. Kasi diba sabi nga natin in the past episode, hindi pa as developed yung skin barrier niya. So, how does this change as we grow older? And meron bang role yung pH ng skin when it comes to, like, nag-change ba yung pH ng skin natin? Is there a role does pH have a role in this?
Ayan. So, yes, actually, so yung nga sabi ni Doktora, di ba, part of the acid mantle natin yan. So, pagkapanganak natin, medyo may alkaline pa ng konti yung pH ng skin natin. And it usually changes as we grow older. And of course, with external factors din, sometimes with hereditary factors, nag-change na talaga yung skin ng pH. So, it's very important. That's why na, especially parang, di ba, there are products talaga na marketed for children. Talagang kailangan mild talaga yung ingredients nila because we don't want to irritate the skin so much kasi very thin pa talaga yung kanilang skin. So that's why we have to look for products also that are very mild, and for children we have to use products that are either pH neutral, mildly acidic, that can help cleanse the skin.
I see. Okay. So, na-stress ulit dito yung importance talaga nung mildly acidic na cleansers, no? So, just one last quick question for Dr. Gail and Dr. Crystal. Regarding pH ulit, how will we know if yung pH level naman ng skin is off? Are there signs to it?
Jan,
Sige,
it can be
doctor.
different with every person, no? But the
Oh,
usual
okay.
sign, but the usual sign really is dryness. And sometimes
Dryness.
ito yung hindi nakakarating agad sa clinic kasi nanonotice lang nila sa bahay, parang medyo dry yung skin. So akala nila that's normal, no? But if it's dry, if it's getting flaky, ayan, baka medyo off na yung pH level ng skin. So if it feels tight or banat, no, for a little bit older kids and for adults also, then medyo nag-go-off na yung pH ng skin mo. And usually in the clinic, I tell the parents na para alam nila kung which parts yung medyo off na yung pH ng skin would be to talagang touch. So, pinapatouch ko sa kanila yung rough patches and then the normal part of
Okay.
the skin para they know the difference. Kasi sometimes if you just explain it, parang medyo mahirap siya ma-imagine, di ba? So, kailangan medyo may
True.
kasamang ibang senses, papatouch mo din talaga yung skin ng baby. And then eventually, if it's not being controlled, ayan, yun na yung nakikita namin ni Dr. Gaile sa clinic, no? It becomes red na, it becomes inflamed, very painful, and sometimes yung nagkaka-weeping lesions na nagiging infected na. So I'm sure na maraming patients na nagiging ganyan na si Dr. Gaile.
Oo nga.
Ayan.
I agree with Dr. Cristal. It's really more symptomatic kung ano yung nakikita mo, nafe-feel mo. But kung ikaw, halimbawa, curious ka lang, gusto mo lang malaman kung talagang yung pH mo is within the normal levels, merong mga mabibili na strips in some drugstores. I don't know if it's available
Yes.
here, but before, na-try ko na yan. Yak, kung curious ka lang, talagang inquisitive mind ka, kung malaman kung yung pH ko, merong nabibiling mga strips.
Oh, yung mga pH strips in
Oo.
drugstores.
Oo nga, try ko nga yan.
Di ba?
Mas
Interesting.
test
Very
yung skin.
interesting. Very interesting. Ako din, parang tatry ko na siya later. Wow, later.
Later.
Thank you for that, Dr. Gaile and Dr. Crystal. So ano nga talaga siya, it's really, well, kasi derms see the worst of the worst na, diba? So parang, and pinapatouch nga ni Dr. Crystal, so parents know na kapag off na yung pH level. But, ayun, I think a sign nga is dryness talaga. And I think it comes kapag it comes with high pH cleansers kasi diba usually drying talaga ang high pH cleanser. So you really feel that dryness, that banat feeling. So I think it's very, for people who are skincare junkies, madali lang nila malaman kung, kasi yung low pH cleanser talaga usually mas comfortable yan sa skin eh. Hindi banat yung feeling. So
Oo,
I
alam na
think
alam mo
that's,
yan eh.
yes,
Malalaman mo
agree.
talaga eh.
Parang it's ano talaga, it's in the experience of ano, yung pag-feel mo sa kanya. Kaya pinapa-touch ni Dr. Crystal ang mga skin ng babies. Kaya talaga, ayun. So, thank you for that, Dr. Crystal and Dr. Gaile. Super informative ulit yung second segment natin. And, ayun, yun na nga yung last question for that segment. Just a quick recap of yung naano natin, what we've been learning today, audience. Number one, it's better to choose cleansers that have pH 5.5 because it supports, sabi nga ni Dr. Gaile, the good bacteria or the flora. Tama ba, Dr. Gaile? Flora.
Yes, yes.
Formation,
Microflora.
microflora. Yung bacteria that supports our skin. Yung speaking of supporting our skin, yung formation of free fatty acids or yung natural ano yan, natural moisturizing factors, yung nag-aano sa skin natin to keep our skin barrier healthy. And next, high pH cleansers can actually disrupt our skin barrier over time. So, hindi siya yung agad-agad, but with continued use, sabi nga ni Dr. Gaile, yung ano, yung mga pathogenic or yung mga villain na mga
Villain. I
na
like
mga
that.
ano, 'di ba? Nag-aano sila sa skin. Mas nagta-thrive sila at a higher pH. And ang sabi naman ni Dr. Crystal is given this yung low pH cleansers can be beneficial and not drying because yung sabi nga ni Dr. Crystal yung drying is a sign of can be a sign, not always, but can be a sign na the skin's pH is off. So low pH cleansers like Oxecure's pH 5.5 gentle cleanser can be particularly beneficial for those with sensitive skin. It's able to do this because mentioned ko nga last time, this has the dual moisture lock technology, which contains ingredients such as glycerin and vitamin E to help hydrate our skin, soothe irritation, and lock in that moisture. Hindi pa natin na-mention tong word na to, but I think it's very important yung pag-prevent ng water loss sa skin. which helps keep it moisturized. And for those who are curious, this is dermatologically tested, hypoallergenic, non-irritating, fragrance-free, paraben-free, soap-free, and SLS-free if those things matter to you. So for everyone watching right now, again, if you want to try Oxecure's pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser, it's already available sa Watsons. So ito, 200 ml to, 359 pesos. Pero kung gusto niyo mas malaking size na gusto ko ring makamit, yung 759 pesos siya. That's 500 ml. And update lang guys, malapit-lapit na tayo sa giveaway. So make sure, comment lang kayo ng comment and make sure you stay tuned until the end because we will be picking 3 lucky winners. Nasa mid ako, sorry. To each receive 1 500 ml bottle of the Oxecure pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser. So, moving forward, let's go to my favorite part. Ito na yung questions ng mga audience. So, we're going to be answering a couple of questions. Starting with our first question. Ito na, top 3 na kayo, Dr. Gaile and
Nako,
Dr. Cristal.
finals.
Advancing
Finals
to the
na to.
finals. True. Okay, so the first one is for Dr. Cristal. So question po is, sensitive skin, hereditary, or, I think this was answered na, no? Is this hereditary or can it change as we grow older po? So I think na-answer ni Dr.
Medyo
Cristal, no?
na-answer na ni Dr. Gaile kanina, if it can change as
Dr.
we grow older. So yes, we said no, it can change as we grow older. Depende rin, it can change for the better or it can change for the worse. Diba? Depende rin talaga sa
Ay, true.
ginagawa
Good point.
natin. Diba?
Yes.
So pwedeng medyo kampante ka, parang di naman masyadong nag-flare up, so we don't take care of your skin, so it can get worse. Or medyo na-excite ka sa pagbili ng new products, pag-try at the same time, so it can get worse. But if you take care of your skin, lifestyle changes also, you can improve it. Or yung mga flare-ups, so medyo less na. Dun sa tanong niya, if it's hereditary yon, I think di pa natin na-answer yun. So as we've said kanina, medyo blanket term kasi si sensitive skin. So hindi siya eczema lang. Okay? Hindi siya, having dry skin lang. So, is it hereditary? It can be kasi some sensitive skin, pwedeng rosacea yan, pwedeng eczema nga yan, as we've said, pwedeng acne, pwedeng psoriasis. So, depende rin sa parang pinaka-root cause niya, sa pinaka-condition. Some cases, for example, like eczema, it can be hereditary. But for some, pwedeng because of the external factors din talaga.
So it's really a mix, no, Doc, of external factors and yung sa hereditary portion. Parang,
Yes.
All right. So thank you for that, Dr. Cristal. Yung next naman is for Dr. Gaile. Sabi niya, Doc Gaile, why is it important? Feel ko na-discuss na rin natin to. So, ayun. Sabi ni Dr. Gaile, ako na sasagot. Wow, ako pala yung important to choose low pH. Correct. Tayo pala yung top 3. So, important to choose low pH cleansers kasi sabi nga ni Dr. Gaile, it supports the formation of free fatty acids on our skin, which support our skin barrier. Plus, yung formation of the microflora, yung good microflora in our skin that thrive at a lower pH. So, ayun, yun yung benefit niya. So, grabe, nag-review ako. Trust. Okay, so, ito naman next for Dr. Cristal. Actually, Doc Gaile, pwede mo rin ito sagutin if you want since ako na yung sumagot na isa question.
Tama naman yung sagot mo.
Okay, thank you. Pwede ba magka-eczema even without family? Oh, this is very interesting. Even without family history. I think this warrants both answers of Dr. Cristal and Dr. Gaile. So, Dr. Gaile first.
Sige, again, yung eczema, hindi talaga siya, it's a blanket term, like what Dr. Cristal used. Eczema kasi can be atopic dermatitis, can be irritant contact dermatitis, it can be allergic contact dermatitis. So, the eczema term per se can happen even without family history, which can be triggered by your practices, like using harsh cleansers or disrupting your barrier. Meron mga types of eczemas that are hereditary. So, to answer your question, yes, pwede magka-eczema even without family history.
Okay. How about Dr. Cristal?
Yun, I concur.
Concur.
Wala
So,
tayo
yun
na
nga.
to, tie. Triple tie.
Triple tie, correct.
I
So it
love
really
it.
depends din dun sa kind of eczema. So akala nga din natin na one bulk term siya, but it's really parang an umbrella term for ano. But if we're talking about yung specific na atopic dermatitis, um, sometimes, yes, you can have atopic dermatitis even wala kang family history. Mas mataas lang kasi yung probability if immediate, like parents mo
Minsan.
meron. Pero if you look at your family tree, pagkita mo, meron palang history of atopy na hindi mo sure, like may allergic rhinitis pala, meron palang may asthma. You know, it's parang yung ano siya, overly reactive yung immunology mo. Kaya it can be part of it can be a cause of your atopic dermatitis.
I see. So thank you for that, Dr. Crystal and Dr. Gail. So the answer is actually yes. Pwede siyang, sorry. Yes, pwede
Yes.
magka-eczema even without family history. All right. So next question is for Dr. Gail naman. Um, paano natin malalaman, sobrang ano to. Paano natin malalaman if a cleanser na di nakalagay yung low pH, how do we know if it's good or bad? Or I guess a better way to ask this is how do we know yung pH ng cleanser? Um, what are the ingredients that we need to avoid? Very ano to very
Controversial,
challenging
napakahirap
question.
naman ang tanong na yan. Pang Miss
Challenging
Universe.
question.
Hindi,
True.
actually, the best way to find out talaga is to use it. So, yung usually
True.
mga cleansers na may high pH will leave your skin feeling banat or dry. Ewan
Mm.
ko kung ka-generation ko kayo ha, but ako kasi nung bata pa ako, yung belief namin is pag hindi ganun yung feeling ng skin mo, hindi ka malinis. So that is one
Yes.
sure
Oh my
way
God.
of knowing kung mataas yung pH ng cleanser mo. Usually, it leaves your skin banat, dry, for a few minutes after cleansing. Ngayon, when it comes to ingredients naman na we need to avoid, hindi kasi ako yung maganyan na person. Like ako, it's really
Mm.
more your own experience, what works for you. But if you're asking me what ingredients there are that usually have a high pH, yun yung mga surfactants. So yung mga
Mm.
SLS, tapos yung mga makikita mo talaga sa detergents because they are really meant to remove oil. So when you use it on your skin, pati yung normal oils natin, fatty acids, natatanggal siya. So it's not that it's bad. There are certain times na you really need to use it. Like for example, gumulong ka sa putek or na ang dami mong oil, kailangan mo din gamitin yun. But on a normal day, I would prefer that you use a low pH cleanser.
Ayan. Thank you for that, Dr. Gail. I just like to to stress yung isang sinabi ni Dr. Gail. It's not about which ingredients are good or bad. What I learned also throughout the years testing products is it depends on the formulation. Parang may mga cleansers na merong surfactants but in the ingredient list and the formulation there are yung tinatawag na parang pang-neutralize or yung pang-balance ng pH. So it can be na parang yung surfactants are high pH on their own pero there are other ingredients na nagpapababa nung pH nung product which makes it a low pH cleanser. So super gandang insight, Dr. Gail. Thank you for that. Next, yung next question natin is for Dr. Crystal. So, sensitive skin is the okay. Gusto niya maglaro ng fact or myth. Fact or myth daw, Dr. Crystal. Sensitive skin
Binalik
is the
tayo, binalik
result.
sa una.
True. Binalik tayo sa first segment. Sensitive skin is the result of an allergic reaction. Is this a fact or a myth, Dr. Crystal?
Very good question, no? So naki-myth or
True.
fact din yung ating audience. That's good.
Mm-mm.
Actually, so sensitive skin, as we've said din kanina, no? It's an umbrella term. Maraming pwedeng conditions under it. So one of which, yes, it can be an allergic reaction. So yung sinabi ni Dr. Gail kanina, di ba, may mga irritant contact dermatitis. Meron din tayong tinatawag na allergic contact dermatitis. So, and sometimes yung pag nagre-react din yung skin natin, for example, perfume or certain cleanser or kung ano man, minsan nagpapantal-pantal. So in that case, yes, it can be a type of an allergic reaction. So as we've said nga kanina, it's an umbrella term. So hindi naman lahat din ng sensitive skin is part of an allergic reaction.
It's lang, parang factor siya that can contribute to it.
Yes.
Yung naalala ko lang yung minention ni Dr. Crystal, yung allergic contact dermatitis and, di ba may isa pa, Doc, yung irritant contact dermatitis,
Irritant
tama ba
contact
'yun?
dermatitis.
Ayun, so
So,
there are
yeah, I
different
remember
types,
nga
'no?
sabi ni doktora kanina, 'di ba, yung mga SLS, mga detergents. So, I'm sure may mga moms
Yes.
tayo na nanonood ngayon 'pag naglalaba, ganyan, 'di ba? So, yung kamay nila sobrang ano na, kahit nagma-mild cleanser sila in 'pag normal, pero yung house chores nila sobrang exposed naman sila to chemical irritants. Ayan, yun yung mga
Yes.
pwedeng sa kamay lalo nagkakaroon ng mga irritant contact dermatitis,
Detergent, ganyan, yeah.
detergent, ganyan.
Ayun. Okay, I see. So parang kasi nagiging irritant siya. Well, kasi yun nga yung name, nagiging irritant siya dun sa skin ng hands kaya siya nagde-develop. Okay. So thank you for that, Dr. Crystal. Um, yung next naman natin is for Dr. Gail. So, is it possible to feel tightness after using low pH cleanser, or can it be because of the water I use on my face? Very interesting
Yeah,
question.
actually, okay, magandang point yun yung sa water. Kasi water normally has neutral pH. So, 7, usually 7 siya. Sometimes higher, and bihira naman na less. Yung may mga patients ako nagtatanong, Dok, pwede bang panghugas ko na lang mukha water? Actually, for some, it can be drying. Because kung hindi naman talaga masyadong acidic yung face mo to begin with or skin mo, pag ni-neutral pH mo siya, tapos palagi siyang neutral, pwede rin mas drying siya eh. So, in my experience and based on what I've read, low pH cleansers rarely cause tightness after unless your
Mm-hmm.
skin barrier is really compromised na hindi na siya dahil dun sa cleanser but because of the other ingredients in the cleanser making your skin feel tight. So, ano siya, medyo hindi siya like black and white. It's actually a lot of shades of gray in between yung answer sa ganyan.
Mm-hmm.
It's really more, it's not just the cleanser. It can be where you are, the weather, mga ganun. But usually, pag low
Mm.
pH cleanser, it doesn't make your skin feel tight.
So I think Dr. Gail stresses the importance here of the other factors that are in our skincare. Hindi lang siya yung sa cleanser na parang, oh, I feel so tight after tong cleanser na to. It can be the other products that we're using. Kasi may mga other products din that can make our skin more alkaline, ayun. So, thank you for that, Dr. Gail. Next question naman is for Dr. Crystal. So, about Ayan, okay. So, are sensitive skin problems in kids or adults a symptom of a more serious health problem? This is a very interesting
Ay, ang
question.
hirap. Ang hirap ng ano.
Oo,
Doon ako sa
pahirap
kids
ng
part.
pahirap dahil top 3. Sa kids part, okay.
Okay, sa kids part tayo. Para share kami ni Dr. Gail.
True,
So,
true.
well, it can be, but you have to look also if like may ibang symptom. Okay, medyo mahirap tayong mag-diagnose if
Hmm.
there's really a serious health condition just based on sensitive skin. So we have to look at other constellation of symptoms. Okay, pag nagkaganon na
Hmm.
siya, then we have to piece together if connected nga talaga siya. So medyo mahirap siya to outrightly say yes. But there are
Okay.
conditions na like for example, yung sinasabi nga natin atopic dermatitis. So 'di ba sa skin siya, but it can also if atopic ka talagang tao, if you have other history of, if you have a family history and if you have a history of atopic dermatitis, nasabi ko na sa parents na medyo abangan nyo na if madalas magsipon-sipon, bahing-bahing, if lagi tayong nag-oral antihistamine, and then laging hinihika, then it's part of the whole triangle nga talaga of atopy.
I see. Okay. So, ang dami talagang, it could be a symptom, pero there are a lot of other factors into it also. I think dito pumapasok talaga, Dr. Crystal, yung ano, no? If you see that symptom, it's hard to self-diagnose it.
Right.
So I think it really warrants a visit to feeling natin,
Mm-mm.
ay, could this be a symptom of, kung may feeling na tayo, I think we should consult na talaga
Consult.
yung,
Mm-mm.
yes,
And if
consult
it's
na
like
talaga with an expert.
if parang simple allergy and then parang it doesn't go away or it gets
Yes,
worse, something
nag-persistent.
that na parang yung medyo management mo lang sa bahay hindi kaya, then of course it warrants check with your pediatrician, your dermatologist, or your other healthcare providers.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I
thank you for
agree.
that,
Kaya nga
Dr.
ano
Crystal.
importante din talaga
Yes, oo nga
to
pala.
get to know your skin and to pay attention and to do checks, regular checks sa balat mo.
Regular checks.
Kasi one of the main functions din pala ng skin natin is it sounds of an alarm when there's something going on internally. So, yun.
Ayan. Thank you for that, Dr. Gail. And speaking of Dr. Gail, etong last question natin is for you.
Ay, ito na sa akin.
May bago akong na-learn about this topic pero sa channel ko na yun i-discuss. But it's about double cleansing actually. I learned something new about it recently. But para madagdag yung learning natin, I do want to know your thoughts when it comes to double cleansing. So, for those who don't know, yung nasa nanonood sa atin ngayon, double cleansing is most often using a first cleanser, typically an oil cleanser or a balm cleanser, to remove makeup, sunscreen, mga BB cream, even waterproof sunscreen on the skin to make sure na matanggal talaga siya effectively, and then yung next maglalagay ka na ng regular cleanser. So, Dr. Gail, what are your thoughts about this method of cleansing?
Ako, I use it. I use it usually in the evening. Kasi ako yung skin ko is dry to combination. So in the morning, I actually just sometimes splash myself with water kung hindi naman feeling oily. But when I get home, kasi for example, today, nag-live tayo, may makeup, ganyan. The most effective way of removing or making sure that everything is removed is using or doing double cleansing. So like what Jan said, you can either do it with an oil-based cleanser followed by a gentle cleanser, or kung wala ka, halimbawa biglang nag-makeup ka na hindi naman usually, pwede din naman na using your gentle cleanser twice. But of course, kung medyo heavy yung gamit mo, hindi talaga siya effectively ma-remove. The point of that is because yung oil attracts oil, di ba? So usually our products
Yes.
are made of emulsions and oils. So when you use your oil-based cleanser, it attaches to the oils in your skincare products, and then when you wash it off with water, nadadala siya. So natanggal mo na lahat yun. And then the next step, which is gentle cleansing, will remove the others and then will keep your skin moisturized. So essentially, yun naman yung point ng double cleansing. And I'm a big fan of it because I really noticed that ever since I started double cleansing, mas less prone ako to formation of comedones, to irritation, tapos yung parang dull, lackluster skin and build up. Yun nga lang, again, you have to choose the right products for your skin.
True. Ang ganda ng mga points na bringing up ni Dr. Gail about this kasi yung using a gentle cleanser twice if you're yung hindi naman masyadong waterproof pineme yung nasa skin, 'di ba? I also actually am a fan of double cleansing, and actually in relation to sensitive skin, Doc Gail, ang na-realize ko is for people that, kasi nagkaroon din ng time na nagka-sensitive skin ako, and the time that I used an oil cleanser, kasi 'di ba yung pag magtatanggal ka ng makeup and you want to use like the wipes or even like micellar water with a cotton, parang ilang times mo siya gaganong-ganonin, which could be really
Correct.
bad for the skin, exposing it to so much surfactants. So, ang ganda kasi oil cleanser, parang salpak mo lang, mag-aano na siya. It's like magic, ganon. 'Di ba? Tapos,
Tsaka yung mechanical, talagang, if you're not gentle
yes,
with
Dr.
touching
Crystal.
your,
Yung ano talaga, tama, yung mechanical nga, sabi ni Doc Crystal, na parang, it really can irritate the skin, no? So, ang ganda na may ganyang, I think that's the main purpose for double cleansing, para hindi siya sobrang ma-irritate. Kasi ang bilis talaga matanggal. How about you, Dr. Crystal? Gusto ko lang malaman, are you
A fan of double
a
cleansing.
fan of the double or do you use it or have you tried it?
Actually, I don't know if it's ganyan na even before, pero medyo recently ko lang din siya nalaman, na-realize. And, sinabi din ng friends, ganyan, or sa Instagram, pag may mga ganyang, beauty concoction, whatever, napapa-double cleansing. Tapos if you try it, especially if makeup, ngayon medyo less kasi work from home, makaramihan, and then, diba, so you don't go out. But before, halos everyday, tapos minsan nakakatulugan mo pa yung makeup.
Yeah.
So talagang better if at least makapag-double cleanse ka talaga para okay yung skin. Parang mas feel mong mas malinis din.
Agree. Parang mas effectively siyang naka-cleanse. And yun nga, parang mas naano talaga siya. Mas thorough.
Mas
I think
nalilinis.
that,
Right.
yes, I think. Ayun. So thank you for that, Dr. Crystal. And we made
And the
it.
winner is
And the winner
Delilah.
is all of us. Oh, and the winner is the skincare community. Oh, pak, may ganan. So yun, I think that's all the time that we have. Pero oh my gosh, sobrang naging informative na naman ito, especially with the help of Dr. Gail and Dr. Crystal. Grabe. So thank you so much, Dr. Crystal and Dr. Gail. And again, guys, I just wanna plug their social media kung gusto niyo kumuha ng info, more on skincare, more on taking care of children, uh, children, of your children, of children ng iba. Sure.
Pwede rin.
So, di ba? Actually, pag caretaker, di ba? So, si Dr. Gail, you can find her sa YouTube. Just search Dr. Gaile Robredo-Vitas on YouTube, or you can see our collaboration video. Search nyo Jan Angelo, Dr. Gail.
Yes.
Pakita din si Dr. Gail doon. I also plug her socials there. But on Instagram, you can find her at Irene Gale, and doon siya nagsishare ng mga skincare, easy to digest skincare facts. And si Dr. Crystal naman is active on both FB and IG at Millennialpedia. So, yon.
Yes.
So, ayan na siya. Thank you so much, Dr. Gail and Dr. Crystal. I hope you guys had fun as well sa mga
Yes,
natin
nag-overtime na
segment.
naman
Always,
tayo kasi
always.
may
True.
chikahan galore.
True. Di talaga mapigilan kasi ang ganda ng discussion. Di ba? So, thank you, Dr. Crystal and Dr. Gail. I hope you have a great day. Happy Saturday sa inyo.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thanks everyone for
Thank you
watching.
everyone.
Ayan. All right. So, thank you again to Dr. Crystal and Dr. Gail. And don't forget, guys, if you want to try Oxecure's new face and body cleanser, the pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser, it's already kalimutan. It's already available at selected Watsons stores nationwide. You can also shop online via watsons.com.ph or with the Watsons mobile app, or you can also use the Watsons call and delivery service at select stores at watsons.com.ph. And eto na guys, eto na yung pinapromise nating voucher code. So again, the regular price for this, etong size na to is 359 pesos to 200 ml to. Yung malaking gusto natin makamit, is 759 pesos for 500 ml. But you can use this voucher code. Ito na siya sa screen. Baliktad. OXGentle10. Just put the code OXGentle10 at watsons.com.ph or on the Watsons mobile app to get 10% off when you buy the Oxecure pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser, the 200 ml or the 500 ml. It's valid until July 9. But if you want to buy it at a Watsons branch, you can still use the same code. Screenshot na ano na naman ako, sumid na naman ako. Just screenshot the barcode, itong makikita ninyo sa screen, and present it at any Watsons branch to get 10% off your Oxecure pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser. So, kailangan nyo lang siya i-present, pero make sure before July 9 or valid until July 9. So July 9, I'm assuming, is the last day. So present nyo siya. Pwedeng physical store, online store, kung ano yung bet ninyo. So also, I'm sure you're wondering kung sino ang nanalo sa bonggang giveaway natin today. But first of all, thank you to everyone who commented their questions. I hope natulungan kayo ni Dr. Gail and ni Dr. Crystal. Ayun na siya. Okay, nandito na yung names ng mga winners natin. So congratulations to our winners. Number 1, our winner is Miss Zaira Cam. Congratulations, Miss Zaira Cam. Kaano-ano mo si Digicam. Charot, ang corny! Nakakainis. Overtime na nga, dami pang pa-joke. Okay, next, number 2, winner natin si Miss Hazel Ulayan Dalisay. Congratulations, Miss Hazel Ulayan Dalisay. Kaano-ano mo si Cardo Dalisay. Corny! Nakakainis. Last na yon. Ayoko na talaga. And our last winner is si Miss Dalsiri. Tama ba pag-pronounce ko? Dalsiri? I'm so sorry kung na-butcher yung name mo, but the spelling is Dalsyrye. Rogero, or sorry talaga kung ano, Rogero, yung pag-pronounce kay Rogero. So congratulations to Miss Dalsiri. Sorry kung mali yung pronounce. And ayun, Zaira, Hazel, and Dalsiri, congratulations to you three. Nalo kayo ng 500 ml of Oxecure pH 5.5 Gentle Cleanser. Please message Oxecure's official Facebook page with your name, contact number, and complete address. So yun yung kailangan nyo gawin. And that's all the time for today's live episode. Again, guys, my name is Jan Angelo. You can find me on YouTube. Just search Jan Angelo on YouTube, and you can follow me on Instagram at ONGIEL, Ongyel on Instagram and TikTok. Also, don't forget to follow Oxecure at oxecure.ph on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or at oxecure_ph on Twitter. Thank you so much again for joining us. Make sure you catch Oxecure's new episode on July 24 at the same time, 12 noon again. This time, it will focus on the number one issue na pinaproblema natin, acne. So, yon. Bye, everyone, and I will see you around. Bye-bye.